Firstly, how's Tim looking?
He's looking in a very scary way. Like he's only had like a week to prepare for this new opponent, but the the quickness that he has into adapting to this new style was just breathtaking to watch. On the first sparring, he was kind of still like getting used to it, but second sparring, he just destroyed. And third sparring was like another demolition. So there's just full confidence in this.
What does it say about Tim and also the Tszyu in general that taking a fight like this, which is a risky fight, a tough fight, on 12 days' notice?
It's a legacy fight. It's the fights that what he's been talking about, that the old school, the throwback kind of fighters. He's in this business to fight, and that's all he's in here for.
You mentioned the sparring partners that he brought in. How did those rounds go? Did it take Tim a little while to get used to the taller fighter, or was it just business as usual?
So I didn't see the first sparring completely. I saw like the last few rounds of it, but the second and third one I saw completely, and he looked so comfortable in there. It was kind of shocking how quickly he adapted.
What about the Thurman fight? What did you make of all that build-up? It seemed to bring out a different side of Tim. He was engaging in the banter, the back and forth. Did you enjoy that build-up? And
Yeah.
What did you make of Keith's withdrawal?
Yeah, Tim was definitely enjoying it. There were a lot of moments where he was doing a lot of interviews and he had to do like that face-off thingy. No, not face-off. Thurman was, he was doing that live thing, and I was in the back of the car watching, and he was just having fun with it. And even after it was finished, he was just saying, you got to just kind of bite at them, and he's really engaging with the American audience, because what's going on in America in terms of promoting boxing is very different to what happens in Australia. Here it's all just quick bites of attention, quick bites of with the whole even like with Twitter, you just kind of post something up and you're just trying to create conflict, trying to create some sort of arguments between people, and it's a savage world, but it's interesting when you look into it.
Yeah. So how do you envisage this fight going, Tim Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora?
I see it being pretty quick actually. Within the first 3 or 4 rounds, I reckon he'll catch him.
How do you, with body shots, do you think Tim's pressure, his power gets the better of Sebastian? What do you think Tim does in this fight that he won't be able to handle?
Firstly, I think the pressure would be too much for Fundora. He's usually like a bully in there, and Tim's going to come in there. This is how I just personally feel. He's going to come in there and bully the bully, and he's going to put him into a world of discomfort, put him on his back foot, and catch him as he's going backwards. Fundora's used to always coming forward and being the bully, and that's going to be put right back on him.
World title unification. You must be proud of Tim that he's reached this point in his career, and what doors do you think open up to Tim? Does he become, get into the pound for pound conversations, top 10, top 15 pound for pound? What's the significance of this fight for Tim?
Of course, I believe that pound for pound was he's getting closer to it, and this is the fight that opens the doors to the bigger fights. This is where he's able to create the mega fights. He has opponents like Crawford on the horizon. He has people like Virgil, coming up from 147. So everything that's happening in this division is very exciting, and he's basically sitting on the throne at the moment. He will have 2 belts, and he's acting like a king as well. There's a demeanor that's changed about him. He's evolved.
Yeah. Seems to be embracing the whole, everything that goes with boxing a lot more these days than he used to.
But he's also writing his own story, which is important. He's not just following what other people tell him to do. He's fighting often. He's not in, he's doing it his way.
Now, what about yourself? You've been over here doing some training, getting some sparring in. We heard about a potential date in late April. Back home, every opponent they seem to put up for you keeps getting beat, and And have you been keeping an eye on the opponents that they think you could fight, and do you know who you could fight?
Well, as soon as I get a word of who I could fight, they lose, or something happens. So I think it's like number opponent. I was going to say 5 or 6.
Yeah, right.
Feels like I've heard that many names in the last few months. But yeah, I'm still just concentrating. I'm still just training. For me, it's more of a learning experience. We're not sparring any particular styles here. We're just trying to get as much in as possible. We're trying to broaden our horizons and learn more of the depth of the boxing world. So I'm having a very good time out here. It's nice being alongside Tim. It's nice having a chef cooking for me every single day, breakfast, lunch and dinner. It's awesome.
Do you, when Tim was coming up, the questions everyone asked him was, you know, what advice has your dad given you and this and that, but now you got Tim. Do you lean on Tim more so than your dad for any advice in boxing?
Yeah. It's less advice and more just observation. I'm just kind of watching off what he does, asking what he does, and I don't necessarily do everything that he does and take all his advice, but yeah, I take what I believe is best for my body and the way I want to do things.
Great win for yourself last time out. Takeaways from that fight, and what can you put into your next fight that you learn in that bout?
Try and not get dropped in the first round. That'll be a good one. Yeah, try and get a good warm up in before the fight. That might help. But maybe just enjoy the process a little bit more. There's still a lot of fear that comes in with boxing and nervousness, and I'm still battling it a little bit, and just learning to have more fun with it.
Enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.